To What's Happening, where we talk about everything from worldly issues to the latest entertainment topics. We have DJ Simi back with us here today, so let's give it up for Simone. Hey. Hey, girl. And we have a lot in store for you all today, right, Ashley?
Right, Kayla. I mean, we reached out to our supporters again, asking for topic ideas, and they picked some pretty interesting topics. Yeah, and of course, we have to give it up for our live studio audience. And Josh, this is about to be a pretty funny episode, and I don't think they're ready. Do you?
I honestly don't. And actually, I think they're just not ready at all for the different conversations that we're going to have. I'm excited, and you all probably noticed that, again, we're not alone this week. Like we mentioned in our last episode, after having Sherelle join us, today we have another guest co-host joining us this week. So everyone, help me welcome Jonathan.
Woo!
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming, and we're excited and ready to get into what's happening. So tell us what's going on, Jonathan.
So as everyone knows, there was a lot going on this weekend, especially my probate. But also Beyonce performed at Coachella.
It was a dope performance. Dope performance. Can't get over it still.
Well, that's not the only thing that happened this weekend. Something that's being talked about nationwide was two black men who were sitting in Starbucks in Philadelphia and got arrested for quote-unquote trespassing, and now situations have arose and there has been stores shut down for a racial educational day. So what do you guys think about this topic?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, I just feel like, for one, I don't understand how they were doing anything wrong. I know Starbucks is a place that a lot of people go to honestly just sit down, do homework, or whatever the case may be. So I don't understand why they were arrested on the basis of trespassing.
Yeah.
Like they wasn't doing nothing.
It doesn't make sense at all. And like with me, like coming from a police family, like a lot of times I try to like take that side of it as well. And even talking to my dad, he was just basically disagreeing with the entire situation because the thing about it is like, as police officers, it's your job when you get there, you have to kind of investigate the situation. Right. Like, does this make sense? Like, should I be arresting these people? And I just feel like how many times, like as college students, do we go to Starbucks and we sit down and we do our homework there? And I couldn't imagine sitting there waiting for a friend to come and I try to ask to go to the bathroom and they're like, oh no, because you haven't bought anything. Well, what? What does that mean?
I mean, I've gotten that like one time. I haven't gotten it extremely like, oh, if you don't buy something, I'm gonna arrest you, obviously. But I have been in places like McDonald's and they're like, we'll prefer you to order something, you know, before we just let you use our bathroom and things like that.
I'm sorry, but if I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta use the bathroom. Okay. I'm not gonna wait in line and order a burger before I gotta.
Some stores policies and stuff like that. Like honestly, sometimes I'll finesse and get the cheapest thing on the menu. But
if the policy is not in the door,
I'm not saying they should have gotten arrested for it. At the same time, it is some people's policy, so it's like it's not like it doesn't exist at all. It does exist in a lot of places.
Yeah, but my problem is when the policy is not in the door, and there's many other people that are at that Starbucks sitting down doing their thing, studying on their computers, doing whatever it is, and then these two black men come up to the counter. They're like, oh, like, can I have the bathroom key? And now it's an issue. Now they can't go to the bathroom. Now they have to purchase something. Now they have to get arrested.
And I think that's also sort of different as well because, like, you just said they had to ask for a bathroom key and stuff like that. So I think that's even more why they were so, like, pressuring. Because if they just walked to the back, I don't think anybody would have said anything. They probably would have looked like, I wish they couldn't get back there. But since they had to ask for a key, they was like, I'm going to take advantage of this.
I'm sure there was other people in that restaurant that probably wasn't eating or anything like that.
And
so
a part of my other issue is that why is this employee not like fired? What is it like? Obviously they did their own racial profiling, like, and I mean, like, I don't necessarily want to put this entire situation onto Starbucks because of the fact that they don't have these type of things that happen all the time. But the fact that this situation happen and you have an employee that is not exemplifying what you believe in as a company, you need to
Exactly.
take actions to change that.
Exactly.
They should have gone through training for no reason.
Yeah, like what was this one day of racial training for? Like what was that gonna do?
I mean, Jonathan, you brought it up. So what you thinking?
I mean, from what I read, the two college students were actually meeting for, like, they're waiting on their business partner.
Right.
And so it's like, I feel like if their skin color was different, that wouldn't even have been an issue. Because I can recall numerous times, like you said, when we go to the rec and sit in the Starbucks at the rec center,
Right.
people are just sitting there doing homework. So it's like, what's the big issue?
Right. What's the problem now?
Well, that's a whole nother situation. Hopefully something can come out of this whole
Hopefully
training
they
day
learn something.
with that.
Yeah.
But, so that's all with that topic. So this next topic is a viewer's choice, and I think it's a really good one. So going out on first dates can be awkward sometimes because you may not be comfortable fully being yourself, not knowing what to say and different things like that. So I want to know, when it comes to first dates, I want to know, what type of things do y'all think are allowed to be talked about and not talked about on first dates?
LOL.
Well, you should talk about your social security number, how much
Should or
you
shouldn't?
make. You should. Your social
Actually,
security,
pause.
how
Wait.
much you
At
make.
this point-
Did you go to college?
How many
Are we
dates
gonna have
you
a
been on?
mansion someday?
All right, y'all. I'm about to take my mic
This
off.
is why all first dates have been first dates.
Not that many for a reason.
I see.
No. I
Incorrect.
No, I don't. And, like some people like to ask like body count and stuff like that. Like some stuff needs to wait until you get to know that person because, like you said, people.
I wasn't ready.
Look
People,
like
no, people,
No.
they like to show their best. They want to put their best foot forward. And I think when it comes to first dates, it's about impressing the other person. I think, you want to kind of put your best foot forward and kind of fill
Yeah.
each other out before you get to
Yeah.
that deep stuff because you may not know if you don't want to scare that person off or something like that. Like, you're not
Yeah.
going to be like, this is my whole family situation, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
So
This
I
is
think
my
it's
entire
about,
life.
this is my entire life. Lay it out. No, it's
I
not
like
that.
to make the first day
So-
like as chill as possible. Even if I'm being the one, taking out and stuff, I try to make it chill. Like, what do you like to do? I try to put them in the most comfortable position because sometimes I feel like people ask me, what do you want to do? And if it was up to me, I would just go get some chicken, hang out in my house, not really do anything. So I have to be open to other things, but I want to hear what makes them comfortable. Like, if you like going to the basketball court, I can't play, but I'll watch you do something, like, if that's what you want to do. I'm a
What's
very
up, first
awkward
date? What's
person to
somebody
take
comes
out.
to you?
I feel like on your first date, the first thing you should really do is get to know that person and make sure that they get to know you on a short-term basis, not like something overly deep, because not guaranteed you're going to go on another date with that person.
Right.
So
And I
just make
think
it simple and
it's
short.
important to be friends at the end of the day. Like, you want to establish
Yeah,
a
good
friendship before
foundation.
you.
Yeah.
And so I don't think a lot of people
My
look
issue
into
is that I be like if I go on the first date, I'm like typically not really myself, like kind of nervous and calm, like the
can
chill
picture it.
version of me. And then it's like
I just can't stop
once
smiling.
we
I be
keep
sitting there
going,
like,
once we keep going on dates, it's like surprise,
Surprise!
surprise.
too late.
Here's the real me.
Right. No, but I just think. So, what are some like places you've been to? Like, what did you say? Like a movie would be a first type of date type of thing, or was it like a dinner?
I've been to JJ's.
JJ's?
I asked him to take me to
That's
JJ's.
fair.
Wait,
I
JJ.
asked him to take me to JJ. He asked what I wanted. I said, let's go to JJ's Chicken, and we went to the mall. And then I didn't see anything I wanted, and then we just watched Netflix at his house, and we're still together.
Oh, that's
Aw,
beautiful.
Look at that.
I'm doing so well, y'all.
For college
Netflix
love.
and chill turn into a
No,
relationship.
no. All right, well, that was a good talk, everyone. But we have to take a break. So when we come back, we're going to sit down with Jonathan and talk about some things that he's been up to. So stay tuned.
Hey.
Now I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1,000,000 deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas.
I was going straight on college and I was in the left-hand lane at a red light. So I started to go. I don't know if the other car had a green arrow beforehand or if the light turned green and they just assumed it was okay to go. But I remember seeing the other driver just kind of looking up as if it was from a phone right the second before our cars just collided. My airbag went off and my car filled with smoke and dust from it. There's no reason to text and drive. It can wait.
So at TV10, I've done both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, and that has helped me become more aware of what's going on, especially when I want to become a producer later on in my life.
You actually go out in the field and record videos, and you work with the journalists.
I'd be going out and shooting B-roll or interviews.
If it's editing, you can learn that. If it's directing, you can do that. If it's shooting, they have that here too.
Reporting for TV10 News, I'm Maddie Weiris.
Shauna Jackson. I'm a photojournalist at Fox 4 News, KDFW in Dallas, Fort Worth. We get assigned a story and we go out and get interviews, do live shots, edit in the field sometimes, feedback the video, and then go live. TV10, I did shooting, interviews, and editing. Everything that I learned at TV10 is exactly what I'm doing.
So at TV10, I've done both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, and that has helped me become more aware of what's going on, especially when I want to become a producer later on in my life.
You actually go out in the field and record videos, and you work with the journalists.
I'd be going out and shooting B-roll or interviews.
If it's editing, you can learn that. If it's directing, you can do that. If it's shooting, they have that here too.
Reporting for TV10 News, I'm Maddie Weiris.
The average college student has 6 to 8 fast food meals a week. Don't be a statistic. Eat healthy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm sitting here with our guest host today, Jonathan Upshaw. We want to, of course, thank you again for joining us today, and also congratulate you on becoming a member of Omega Psi Phi.
Thank you. Mark.
So how does it feel to finally be able to achieve this goal?
Well, it's still kind of surreal. I mean, it took a while. It took over 4 years, but perseverance was a must, so
Yeah.
I stuck with it, and it just feels good to finally be a part of something that I wanted to be a part of.
That's awesome. So we want to get into some TV10 stuff because we know that you used to work here. So can you tell us about some of the things that you did?
Well, when I first started, I was just a general reporter. I would go cover a couple of sporting events for high schools, local high schools.
Okay.
And after like a couple of years, I became one of the main sports directors, and I did Sports Zone on Fridays, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So what got you interested in like wanting to do different type of sports stuff, and then also in the TV field?
I mean, I've been doing journalism-based things since my sophomore year in high school, and I've really had like a knack for like sports statistics and just being able to talk to family members about, oh, well, did you catch this game? And yeah, LeBron had 35 points, 10 rebounds, stuff like that. And it was just something like I really enjoyed doing, and I was like, wow, I could really make this a career.
Yeah, that's awesome. So like, which sport was your favorite? Like during your time here, was there any sport that you loved to report about specifically?
Well, it was, I want to say basketball, because that's when ISU had that really miraculous year. And
we all remember that. We had Pee-wee.
Yeah. So, yeah, for college it was basketball, but for when I was covering the high school games, it was mainly football, because football was very competitive.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you looking forward to doing after you graduate? Because you graduate in May, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Couple of weeks.
Clap it up.
Yeah.
I'm the only one. Be here. We'll be with you in spirit.
Well, I'm really aiming towards doing grad school first, and then after doing grad school, probably a couple of internships, and then hopefully open up my own production business.
Ooh, so tell us a little bit about that. Like, what do you hope to do with that?
Well, I want to be able to cover TV shows, movies, commercials, music videos, like just a variety of media content, and just be able to actually own something of my own, be my own boss.
Yeah. So like, what you're saying, like grad school. So if you do grad school, you're gonna like pursue maybe business so that you could get that.
If not
background?
business, just further my degree in journalism.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to do that too, because I think having a business degree is like really awesome, because you're able to like expand.
So powerful nowadays.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
A lot of people pick it up as minors.
Yeah.
You know,
That's so true.
This type of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's intense.
I know you do like photography and stuff too. So like, kind of like, what's your thing with like photography? Because you've been doing that since I got here.
I mean, that's just something I do. Like yeah,
Like,
just
it's
a little
just a
hobby.
sport.
It's nothing.
It's a side gig. You know,
a man with multiple talents, I guess you could say.
So do you have like a favorite memory since you were here at TV10? Like you can recall a certain play or a certain report you did?
I think the main memory that I have that will always stick with me is catching like a dunk in a game, and it was like a really key game because if ISU didn't win that game, they weren't gonna like win the championship for the conference, and it was like I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, and I was supposed to be recording the game, and I just so happened to look up. I'm like, oh man, like timeout is over with, and I get the recording, and like as soon as he inbounded the ball, he got a dunk, and like the whole crowd went crazy. I was able to cover that too. It was a really good feeling.
That's awesome.
That was like one of my first times actually being behind the camera and recording.
Because I know, you usually do like in front of the camera type of stuff.
And that's really something different. Like when you do like, normally you're in front of the camera and then you got to switch behind the camera or vice versa.
I was terrible at that.
Woo.
Josh and
I remember
had
our
to
first switch
roles.
day.
I had to do it too.
I had to tell Josh. Laura, our director, doesn't know Josh mainly did the work, and
well, confession time, Laura. Sorry.
Surprise.
So now being back and sitting at the desk, how does it feel? I mean, do you see yourself slipping back into this role anytime soon?
I mean, if I don't open my own production business, I want to have my own television show.
Ooh, okay. Man of many talents. Let's talk about this show. When will I be on it? What will it be about?
I mean, it would be like I'll call it Updates with Upshaw since Upshaw is my last name.
You've been thinking about it, y'all.
Yeah,
Big plans.
I mean, you gotta have multiple plans. You got to, because you never know what's gonna work and what's not. So, I mean, if I do end up pursuing that, it will probably be just like updates on sports news, like what's happening, but more so about sports.
Are you gonna take our little segment, throw it in there? Right. You gonna give us a call back? You want us to
I'll give you a shout out. Okay,
I guess I can work with a little CG across the screen.
Talk about little CG.
So do you want to do you plan on staying in Chicago, or do you plan on like venturing out, like kind of leaving the Midwest?
I want to move down south.
Okay.
I want to go where it's warm, and I ain't gotta worry about.
Is there a certain place you've been thinking about? Because I know where Josh is thinking about.
I've been thinking about Texas.
Oh, that's not where Josh was thinking about.
No, Texas. I was thinking about Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
But
you go Texas. It's a big business out there.
It is.
Texas is good too. Texas.
And one thing that really pulled me to Texas, and I guess because I like money, is there's no state tax.
Okay. It's way
What pulled me
cheaper
because
out
I like
there.
money.
Those houses are huge, and people live in them for like way cheaper prices than what you would pay in Chicago.
Honestly, you're just moving there so you can get an accent. I already know.
Talking about so you can
Not
get an
really.
accent.
I'm going down there for the weather.
Well, it's been so great. So thank you for talking to us, Jonathan, and we look forward to seeing all the great things that you do after you graduate. But when we come back from the break, we're going to have a battle of the sexes game. So make sure you all stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this.
Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, car, no cable.
Tester set out in the cold and rain.
Under any leadership,
this thing will take my job.
A night of defying odds.
Empowering journalism Monday through Friday.
And lifting new strengths.
Reporting for TV10.
For TV10 News,
For TV10 News.
Giovanni LeBron.
I'm Mike Smith.
I'm Rachel Devereaux.
Your news at noon starts right now.
Bloomington Normal's one and only live newscast, TV10 News.
After my friend was in a car accident, she needed blood, and it dawned on me that someone gave this blood to save her.
I donate blood because it's easy to do and free.
Donate blood because I believe it's the right thing to do.
Donating blood is very important to the people in my community.
Well, as a college student, I don't have a lot of money, but this is a free way that I can help out.
I donate blood to help others in need.
Wow, you really know how to party.
Take a shot, man.
Nah, I gotta drive. I can't drink.
Dude, come on. Take the shot.
No, I'm done.
Time out. Before you have sex, make sure your partner always gives you consent first. Otherwise, it's rape. Consent. Pass it on.
Only 54% of college students regularly use a condom during sex, so make sure to stop by the G-Spot today to pick up your free condoms. Safe sex. Pass it on.
1 in 4 students will get an STI in college, so make sure you're scheduling regular appointments with Student Health Services. STIs. Don't pass it on.
My name is Christian Stoinev, and I'm a professional hand balancer. I was a reporter, and then I became an anchor. I eventually had my own segment. It was called Who's Ballin', Who's Fallin'. TV10 helped me a ton with not just knowing how to speak in front of a camera, but also knowing what it's like to be behind the camera. It definitely helps me not only in knowing what the interviewers are asking me, but also just knowing how to understand from both perspectives.
Bro.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the show. For this segment, we have a fun game to play of host versus host. And to monitor the game, we have the producer of our sister show, It's So Funny. So everyone give it up for Emily Long.
Thank you. All right, you guys, so this game that we're going to be playing is pretty simple. Battle of the sexes, okay? Can I get a clap for all the females in the room? Yeah. All right, let's get a clap for the males. Yeah. All right. So do we have team names figured out? Is that figured out by you guys?
Team winners. Team winners.
Team. Okay. So we've got
Team Taco.
We've got Team Taco and Team Winners.
No, we're not Team Taco.
So first question goes out to Josh and Jonathan. Okay.
Gotcha.
Most women our age know this movie, and it stars Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. It takes place in the 1940s and came out in 2004. It was first published by the novelist Nicholas Sparks. What is this movie?
The Notebook?
The Notebook.
Okay.
Nice. He got it.
All right.
He's reading up. He's reading up, people. All right.
Ashley, where's
This next question, you guys, this next question's for you, all right? Ashley and Kayla. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
What does it mean to be force sensitive?
We set up to lose.
Wait, what? No, you weren't.
Force sensitive?
Think about it. Let me show you.
Like Star Wars?
Wait, are you gonna
Yes. Like
help?
the Force? Like somebody can hurt you with their force? Like
Yes.
I'm
What is force sensitive? Think about it.
I'm sensitive to
Can
force.
we- Yes.
Can we call a friend?
No, that's my answer.
That's your answer? Okay. You want to, okay, so basically, yes, it's from Star Wars, force sensitive. You know, Luke Skywalker was force sensitive.
I didn't watch those.
I didn't either. That's why I was
Okay.
clueless. It was like,
Well, moving on.
I think we get that point.
So everyone got wrong.
I'm
Let's put it that
scared.
way. So, Josh, Jonathan, when your partner says it's fine, what does she really mean?
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
these are easy questions.
Just you gotta wait for I find it funny how, and then.
Oh, okay. So you know from experience, Jonathan?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? What's going on with you?
Long story.
Long story.
Next question.
Okay. Ashley and Kayla.
Okay.
I'm with you. I want you guys to get this right. Okay. So, what is the difference between a car's engine and a car's transmission?
I'm really about to leave. Okay, the engine.
What's an engine?
Engine is in the car.
Yes.
Wait, the transmission.
Ashley is our
And when you
team.
start the car,
I'm here for
it
support.
goes so it starts. The transmission.
It goes, what sound does it make?
It goes.
Gotcha.
So
You heard her?
the transmission transfers the energy.
Okay.
The kinetic energy.
That was wrong. Okay.
Kinetic
Josh
energy?
and Jonathan. What boy band was Justin Timberlake originally a member
This
of?
is not fair.
Okay, we got it again. Last question, Ashley and Kayla. So name 3 DC comic book heroes.
If you don't know this is
Don't hold
Marvel.
game away.
Wait, no, you know these.
I like Marvel though.
You guys,
know DC.
well, I just have to say, this wasn't rigged, but it seems like it
was rigged.
now.
Team winners.
Team winners actually won the game today. So
Hey.
yeah.
Boys.
Somebody zoom in on my face.
I'm sorry.
I'm dead. But you don't know you got Superman, Batman,
But hey, you
Wonder
know,
Woman,
I
Bowman.
watch Ashley, you're winning
Right
in
there.
life. You're winning in life.
Right there.
I just want to go home and take a bath.
At this point.
Oh, man.
Glass of wine, please.
Well, I'm going to have a good night tonight, so I'll go to sleep happy.
But thank you so much for playing,
Thanks for
Emily.
having
So when we
me.
come
Thank
back, we have
you.
a band to perform for you all. So everyone stay tuned for more on what's happening.
Awesome.
Hey.
Brendan, stop.
Who is that?
It's your conscience.
My conscience.
Yes, you need to make healthier decisions.
But I love muffins.
Then you'll love this.
Whoa.
Here's a few healthy tips. Get more sleep. Make a list and plan out your schedule. Choose healthier foods.
Wow, my conscience was right. A healthy food puts you in a healthy mood.
My name is Randy Henry, producer director for WDIV TV. I attended Illinois State 1973 to 1976. The part about, TV 10, at that time we were like so primitive. I love television. I've been doing it for a long time. My job consists of, as a director, I'm like conductor of an orchestra. I lead everybody when to talk, when not to talk, when to put them on camera. And it's called News 4 Today.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. Now, as you all know, each show we wrap up with a guest performance. This week we have a group by the name of Vision Made, and they said without the vision, the people perish. Vision Made provides those with dreams, ideas, and passion with the resources they need to make their vision a reality. Everyone, please help us welcome Vision Made. right, that was great. Thank you guys so much for that performance. If you can't get enough of Vision Bay, go ahead and check them out April 27th from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. at Drifters in Bloomington. Thank you all for joining us.
And once again, thank you for the live studio audience. Give it up for our audience one more time. And again, thank you to Jonathan for joining us today on What's Happening. Stay tuned for more What's Happening. We couldn't be here for more of y'all support.
Yes, and that's right, Josh. And you all will have one last time to support us next week for our final episode, May 2nd. That'll be a show you honestly don't want to miss because we have so much in store. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the final episode of What's Happening?
Hey.